Everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, if you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below for the description in the description for our Discord, along with our free options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up. Yo, Keith, what is going on? Happy Friday. Looks like the S&Ps actually closed red today. Q's closed red. Actually, SPX closed up plus 11 cents. SPY was down 8 cents at close here. So pretty crazy. Learned a lesson plus bag holding. So, Keith, I actually just recorded a video I'm going to be dropping about being content. It's really helped me out a lot. In terms of options trading, so hopefully it helps you guys out. I don't know I'm trying to get my Mac going here. I don't have no idea what's wrong with it right now. Kind of crazy. Anyways, we're gonna keep it moving. Man, today was pretty crazy. So kind of getting into the plays here. All right, so I had only 2 trades. Both trades were green, and kind of, Jeff, kind of coming back from everything, like I was saying yesterday, really going into the end of the year, keeping my trades small, keeping my ideas small, because I don't want to go in too thick, we only have Monday and Tuesday now to trade, so you can't see that. Hold on. We only have Monday and Tuesday left to trade, and I don't personally like to hold from the 31st into the 1st into the 2nd. I generally don't like to do that, mainly because Ben, what's going on? Mainly because I don't know what's going to happen at the first of the year. I mean, I guess I'm thinking that we're in a bull market. We're still going to go up, but I don't know what kind of rotations are going to take place. I don't know what kind of risk is going to be had. So I'm not going to be like, hey, let's go deep for the first of the year, see what happens. So right now, I'm really just managing my risk. I'm taking small trades, taking small gains, and when we're more confident with where things are going to go, because we do know, like, in January, we're supposed to be signing an agreement with China. We don't know if that's going to happen or not, So I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen here. So if I don't know, I'm not gonna put the risk on. So go through the trades this morning. I closed Boeing. So Boeing is kind of a 2-part trade. Yes, I did make $130 on this trade, but it was a 2-part trade because yesterday I lost $98, so I only made like $35 from this trade because I was trading, like I was saying yesterday, I bought the 330 calls for this week. I made a mistake. I should have bought the 330 calls for next week because I didn't have enough time. So I took the loss yesterday, so I bought the 330 calls for this week for $2.50, sold them for $1.52, so I took a $98 loss, and I rolled into next week expiration. I bought them for $4.40, and then today I sold them for $5.70. So on Boeing, let's take a look at this on Boeing real quick. Let's look at the options. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to look at Boeing here. Now, Boeing this morning, I was actually losing a little bit of money, so I bought them for $4.40. These came down to $3.84, but they were pretty much holding at like $4, so I wasn't too concerned. If you're plus or minus $10 to $15% on a contract, you're not going to want to make an adjustment because that's just volatility with the options pricing. It could anything could happen. You could when you enter into a trade, being plus or minus 10 to 15% when you enter. Obviously, it's always good to be plus side, but when you enter a trade or buy a contract, it could be, you have to leave some leeway there for fluctuation. So I wasn't too concerned. Yo, David, what's going on? So this morning it dipped down. We cracked below, like yesterday, we cracked below 329, but then it got bought up. And then we just saw this huge volume, huge momentum all the way up to 333. So I sold those contracts for 570, left some money on the table. I mean, these went up to 650, but not that much. I mean, when you get a candle like this, you sell that. Sorry. You take the opportunity to sell this because you could definitely get greedy because you're like, oh, this sold, this came down from 340, this came so easy, it went from 329 up to 333, it's going to 340. The question is, why is it going up that much? Are people just loading up? Why do you think it's going to continue? For me, because I hit my goals on the trade, I exited the trade, right? So I got out for 570. There was only another 570, so 650. So there's only like another $80 left in the trade. So it's unrealistic to think that you're going to get the whole piece of the pie, right? So I have my calls. I paid 440 of them. They hit 384. It's very unlikely you're going to hit the low of 384 and the high of the day, which was like 645. Just be glad that you got a majority piece of this pie. You know, that's the one thing that, in terms of trading, because when you get greedy, look what happened. This contract then all the way went back down to 395. You know, Boeing's back at 330. I didn't reload or anything. I was gone, and I didn't want to hold over the weekend, of course. So, I mean, anything could have happened, and that's why it's better to secure the profits. We're also going into next week. There's uncertainty in terms of what's going to happen with the new year, rotation in the market. You know, are people going to start taking profits off at the first of the year? We don't know what's going to happen. We got to see what the price action is. So I don't want to hold too much going into the first of the year. So, you know, we made a little bit of money on that. And then Netflix, I will say, was a little bit of a dicey trade. We made 25%. But let me pull up Netflix here. Let's clean this up for you a little bit. So Netflix, I bought it for $224, sold it for $273. Now Netflix, I bought the $327.50 call for today expiration, so we didn't have a lot of room for mistakes. And the reason why I bought it, let me pull up this contract for today here, the $327.50. So if you're here right now, say what up, say what's going on. If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. Now, the reason why I did same day expiration was the amount of momentum this had in terms of selling. Yo, FC. The reason why I did same day expiration was the momentum here. We dipped down. We opened around 333, dipped down to 326, started to kind of stabilize here. Yo, Hank, how you doing? Glad you guys are here. Now, I bought in at 8:47, so I waited for the first 15-minute candle. I got in a little bit too early. I bought 224, so near the top of this candle here, and you can see within that 15-minute candle, it dipped down to like $1.10. And at that point in time, I was kind of thinking to myself, I still thought the trade was going to work out. When you're trading same-day expiration, you have to be aware of the volatility. So you know that if you pay $224 and it drops $1 and you have a 60 delta, you're gonna lose $60 like that if it drops $1. And it dropped, you know, from where I paid, I bought it at like 228. It dropped 226. It dropped $1.50. So then I was immediately down $90. So I could have averaged down and would have made a lot more money sooner on the bounce back here, but I figured I would just let it play out, be still, kind of take it easy and not overreact to that. And, you know, it did start coming up, even though if you look here, and this is how you know you're trading same day expiration, because look at the pricing here. This is why it's a little bit dangerous. That's why I definitely don't recommend trading same day expiration. If you're new to trading, go week 2 weeks out. Like, do not do this, all right? Because you can see here, as Netflix at 9 a.m., Netflix started to increase in price, but look at the option pricing here. The option pricing here relatively flat, only went from $1.25 up to 205. It didn't come back. It bounced up to 328, and you can see here the option pricing is relatively flat. So it wasn't until this candle right here I was able to exit my position. So when you had this volume, the implied volatility went up, and we were able to exit the position. And I got a 273, which was near the top of this 15-minute candle here. It did push up another $80 as well, up to 350. So, you just have to be content with your gains when you're trading same day expiration. You don't want to take your gains for granted, because as you can see here, Netflix then popped up to like 331. These did hit 376 a contract. So if I did average down, I would have been making money. I would have been making money at the beginning of this candle when it hit $2, right? But I didn't. So, I was happy with the 25% gain, and you can see here it just sat still all day. And this is the other thing, is that if the stock sits still all day, even though I was in the money, these popped down to 61 cents at close. These dropped down to 61 cents because Netflix took a dip all the way down to 328 and then popped back up to 320, 328.70, 329. It closed at 329.09, and these closed at $1.37. I still paid $2.24. So when you're trading same day expiration, it does not pay to wait. It doesn't pay to wait. So, just trying to keep my risks low, and going into the new year, just trying to have that repeat profits. Take the small wins, redeploy your cash in something else that you find. There's going to be other plays. Don't think this is the only play. Just because Amazon went up a lot in the last couple of days, it gave most of it back today. It popped up. Amazon popped up to 1901 the first 15 minutes, but that set high a day, and then it bounced back down to 1869. It closed at. I don't know if anyone traded. Did anyone trade the fade here on Amazon? Anyone trading Amazon? I know a lot of people were holding since yesterday. I said yesterday what I want to see is a retest to 1850 before pushing back to 1900, because we're getting a little bit much here. This is the biggest. Yesterday was the biggest candle we've seen since. October 25th was pretty big, when it bounced from 1695 up to 1760. Didn't trade Amazon. The one regret I have about trading it is because we've been watching this. It's been very range bound, and then what we should have done is we even called this out on the stream. Was it earlier this week when it popped up above 1850 here, 1860. We should have traded this little piece here from 1860 up to 1870. However, in my mind, you're always met with that pop and then the fade, because then it popped and then today we got a fade. So you can't really time the fade, right? Missed out on Amazon puts after 1 hour have been great. Same with Tesla. Like Tesla, like these stocks that are breaking out now. I'm finding it extremely hard to time. People were saying Tesla's going to drop today, but yeah, it closed down 56 cents on the day, which is nothing. It dropped down, but it kept getting saved. It couldn't go below 428. It popped down below 428. The only trade that I see here is if you were short yesterday. You got in. You were probably feeling really nervous after hours. Popped up to 437. And yesterday wasn't that strong of a day because it popped up yesterday to 433, then sold off to 427 and got saved again around the 428 area. And then today or this morning, it popped up to 436, 437 pre-market, and then Tesla at open. You got a gift. Now, there's going to be a lot of greedy bears that didn't close their positions when it dropped from 435 down to 426, because in their mind, Tesla has a lot more to give. They're thinking, we're going to drop down to 360, 340 area again. It's going to come back down here. What I'm looking at is Tesla to maybe have a little bit pull back, maybe back to like the 400 area, 415 area, and have some sort of, after a giant move like this, we need to see some sort of consolidation. Consolidation is pretty healthy for a stock. So the fact that it popped down and just been holding like this 427, 428 area, you know, I would have definitely took the gift this morning if I was a bear, close this position out. But if you're a bull, obviously we could have had entry around 428. When it broke back above 428, we could have rode that up to 438. You would have made you could have made a couple $100 per contract, you know, riding from 420 up to 431, 432 area, just playing that quick bounce back, because then it gave it back on that trade there, even though it started to make some new higher lows here. So here's a low, and then it started to make some higher ones. But you know, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to make the money. Let's look at those. Let's actually look at those 428 contracts for today. I want the 427.50s, because I was looking at these here. It was between Netflix, because if you look at Netflix and Amazon this morning, relatively the same chart. I mean, if you're looking down here, this was Netflix chart. This is Tesla's chart. I just know that Tesla has a lot more room to drop. Yo, Tobin, what up? That's why I didn't trade Tesla. But you can see here, if you traded Tesla, if you bought the 427.50 calls, you could have made some quick money. Bought in at let's say 250. You know, you didn't time it right. 250, 260. Take the pop up to $5. You know, 100% right here, 15 minutes. So that's the trade that I was looking at. This was the trade that I was looking at on Netflix. Now, Netflix worked out. It just took a longer to get there. And as you can see, even though it did pop up right here, it hit 526, and then it came back down. It only hit 595 when it went up higher, because we're talking same day expiration. So implied volatility died down, and also theta was working against you. So, yo, Steve, how you doing? If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. So there was a lot of opportunities in here, but what I'm looking at here is with the movement being so slow, you have to be content with your gains and set realistic expectations for where the stock is going, and don't try to overcompensate. Don't try to get that 500%, 1000%, because in a slow market, it's just not going to happen. You know, this would have been a quick gain on Tesla from, you know, buy the dip right here, from 100% gainer within 30 minutes. 15 minutes to 30 minutes would have been a nice play right there. Then you got a second opportunity too, but I don't think I would have. If I didn't get this first opportunity, it was coming back, I don't think I would have got this. I don't think I would have gotten to that, because it was too. The risk is it's going to fall back down to like the 428 area, 426. I probably wouldn't have bought that second dip. One stock that went crazy today was LK. I've been watching it a little bit. Luckin Coffee, so they're a Chinese coffee company. I haven't been trading it. I mean, they have had big movement since earnings. I mean, it's gone from $18 now up to $37. I've just been trying to figure out how to trade it. If anyone's had luck with LK, let me know. It's on my watch list now, but I haven't committed to trading it, because I've just been trying to see how it moves. I mean, today ripped up pretty big and then gave some back, but I know I'm going fast. What stocks you guys looking at going into 2020? What's on your 2020 watch list here? And what stocks have you been having success with lately? I would say SPY was a little bit misleading yesterday. It went up in the last 30 minutes yesterday. It went from 321 all the way up to like 323 area, and then this morning pre-market we popped up to 324 and then immediately sold off. We sold off for a solid half hour, a couple bucks here. So the one thing that I would say is it's nice to see that SPY is actually having a little bit more range lately. You know, we've gone from 321 to 324 back down to 322. So it's nice to see that SPY is actually moving again in both directions, you know. That's kind of what we need. But I'm still battling a cold here. But I mean, what's the S&P up for this year so far? We're up to, let's see here, for the year we're up. Are we up? So yeah, the S&P is already up more than 29% in 2019, inches away from reaching historic proportions. The benchmark will post its best year since 1997 with an annual gain of 29.6%. So in 1997, the S&P went up 29.6%. We're up 29% right now. NASDAQ topped the 9,000 mark for the first time yesterday as well. So I mean, just craziness. So anyways, I mean, that's pretty much all that I had to say. I didn't have a whole lot of trades, but that's pretty much what I learned today. Greedy bears. If you guys don't have anything else for me, I'm going to sign off. If you guys don't have any other stocks you want to look at, we're going to sign off, and we're going to kick off the weekend and get to it. I'm trying to figure out why my Mac's not working over here. Long Microsoft. Almost living the dream. You tried a Tesla 42750 put. Yeah, I mean, puts on Tesla right now. We need catalysts for the downside, and we just don't have that right now. Oh, the one stock, Peloton has gone down as well. Pretty decent, $7 in the last week here. Eric, yeah, I did go over Boeing. It was one of my first trades. If you wanna watch the recap. Peloton, kind of interesting here. Now that it got saved as 426. I'm seeing if it wants to come back from 426 down to 26 down to 24. Lyft I've been watching as well. So Lyft has been hugging the 45 line right here, and normally what it looking like, it's been hugging 45. It pops up to like 46, 47. So on the next dip for Lyft, I might be getting into the 45 calls on Lyft. I like the setup. I made some money in there the other day. It sold off hard the other day, but I actually only made $3. But but it was a safe trade. Yo, Trevor, how you doing, man? You like Chevron, slow mover, but could be due for a breakout. Yeah, I don't really trade many of the oil stocks. Check out Bitcoin Cash. Man, they've been selling out. Crypto has been getting hurt. I mean, Bitcoin's now. I mean, now it's back at 7,200, but I mean, it's had a rough week. So we'll see what happens. Nice. So, anyways, guys, let's not keep this too long. Enjoy your weekend. FCS, am I still going to build the mining rig? I do still plan on building a mining rig, even though YouTube's going to remove the video. So YouTube's been removing crypto videos. I don't know if you guys seen, but YouTube has been removing crypto videos for some reason from YouTube. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed the content, hit the like button. Thank you so much. So, you guys have a good weekend. If you missed, I talked about Boeing, Netflix, and a couple other stocks early in the stream, so hit the replay. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.